Imagine setting foot on an island where your next step could be your last, where the very ground seems to pulsate with life. Or sailing near a remote shore, only to find arrows launched at your boat before your feet even touch the sand. Somewhere beneath a frozen mountain lies humanity's last hope after the end of civilization. Deep within stone walls built over centuries are top-secret documents accessible only to a select few on Earth. These places aren't deserted because they're uninteresting. They're off-limits because they're deemed too dangerous, too valuable, or too mysterious for ordinary people to enter. Some are guarded by deadly wild animals, others by armed soldiers, and a few are protected by secrets that governments refuse to fully explain. Today, we'll explore 5 of the most terrifying places on Earth where crossing the wrong boundaries could cost you your freedom, or even your life. Let's begin. 1. Snake Island, Brazil, Ilha da Queimada Grande. We begin with what many experts consider the most dangerous island on Earth. Snake Island. Located just over 30 kilometers off the coast of Brazil, this isolated island has become a prison for one of nature's most dangerous predators after being separated from the mainland by rising sea levels thousands of years ago. With no large mammals to hunt, the snakes evolved into highly efficient predators, feeding primarily on migratory birds. Over generations, their venom has become significantly more potent. Today, the island is home to thousands of golden lancehead vipers, one of the most venomous snakes in the world. Their bites can cause severe internal bleeding, tissue damage, and kidney failure, and without prompt treatment can be fatal. Unlike many snakes that strike and then retreat, these snakes often stay close to their prey, making every step through the jungle incredibly dangerous. The Brazilian government has permanently banned public access to the area for decades. Only carefully selected scientists and, occasionally, members of the Navy receive special permission to land there, under strict security measures. Local fishermen have passed down terrifying stories for generations. Some claim that the island's abandoned buildings were once haunted by lighthouse keepers who met gruesome ends after snakes entered through windows and roofs. While some of these stories may be exaggerated, the danger is undeniably real. Standing on this island means being surrounded by venomous predators on almost every side. 2. North Sent. Deep in the Bay of Bengal, hundreds of kilometers from bustling cities, lies an island where time seems to have stood still for millennia. This is North Sentinel Island, one of the most isolated and mysterious places on Earth, a place where almost no one is allowed to approach. For tens of thousands of years, a people known as the Sentinelese have lived on this island. Anthropologists believe they are among the last remaining people who still live much the same way as early humans, without electricity, cars, the internet, or even any knowledge of the modern world. But what distinguishes this tribe is not their way of life, it's their absolute refusal to engage with the outside world. For decades, governments, researchers, and explorers have tried to approach the island, but the result has always been the same. As soon as a boat approaches or a helicopter flies overhead, the tribesmen appear with bows and spears, firing without hesitation, as if sending a clear message to the entire world. Keep out. Camera have repeatedly captured members of the tribe standing on the shore with their weapons, watching for any unusual movement, ready to defend their land at all costs. But the real question is, why do they refuse contact with the world? Is it because they fear strangers? Or is it simply because they want to preserve their way of life, which has lasted for thousands of years without interference? The truth is that one of their greatest threats isn't a simple illness like the flu or a common cold can turn into a catastrophe, wiping out a large part of the tribe in just a few days. That's why the Indian government imposed a complete no-go zone around the island, prohibiting any ship from approaching within 5 kilometers, not only to protect visitors from tribal attacks but also to protect the tribe itself from the outside world. Despite this ban, some adventurers have tried to defy the rules. For some, the end was tragic. giving the island a terrifying reputation as a place whose inhabitants want no contact with modern civilization. Even today, scientists know very little about their language, their beliefs, or the tribe's true population size, because any attempt to study them closely could endanger their lives or the lives of the researchers. It is one of the last places on Earth that has remained completely untouched by globalization, like a living window into humanity's distant past. 3. Us imagine for a moment that the world has been struck by an unprecedented catastrophe. A nuclear war, or a devastating climate change, or a disease that wipes out all crops. Suddenly, wheat fields disappear, rice paddies, fruit trees die, and billions of people find themselves facing an unprecedented food crisis. But some scientists and governments have taken this possibility very seriously. We'll question this. Vault is located inside an iceberg in the Svalbard archipelago in Norway, more than 1,000 kilometers from the North Pole, in a region characterized by extremely low temperatures year-round. This location was chosen with great care because even in the event of a complete power outage, the natural ice would maintain the necessary cold to preserve the seeds for decades, perhaps even centuries. Behind the toxic steel doors there are hundreds of thousands of plant samples from all over the world. Wheat seeds, rice, corn, potatoes, and thousands of other varieties that humans depend on for food. Almost every country has sent backup copies of its most important crops to this place. It's like a backup for the entire planet. If any country were to suffer a disaster that wiped out its crops, it could retrieve its seeds from this vault and start over. But getting in isn't easy. It's subject to extremely strict security measures, and only representatives of the seed-owning organizations or officially authorized experts are allowed entry. Every entry and exit is meticulously recorded, and there are no tours or public visits. From the outside, the building might look like just a concrete entrance amidst the snow. But behind that simple door may be the best chance for the survival of human civilization if the world were to face a major catastrophe. 4. The Vatican. Deep within Vatican City, behind thick stone doors and quiet corridors accessible only to a select few, lies one of history's most enigmatic archives. It is the Vatican Apostolic Archives, which holds millions of historical documents accumulated over more than 1,000 years. Its shelves stretch for tens of kilometers and contain letters written by kings and emperors, papal documents, political agreements, and priceless rare manuscripts. Many believe this place hides shocking secrets about history or religion, but the truth is more complex. Most documents are preserved for their immense historical significance, not because they contain conspiracies or supernatural secrets. However, access to them is not available to everyone. Even professional researchers cannot freely wander through the archives. They must submit a formal request, prove their academic specialization, and specify the documents they wish to view beforehand. Only after approval is the requested documents released. This level of security has shrouded the place in an aura of mystery. The more restrictions there are, the more curious people become to know what lies behind. For years, the US government denied its very existence, which only fueled the stories and rumors. Some said it was a testing ground for experimental hypersonic aircraft. Others claimed it housed the wreckage of spacecraft and extraterrestrial beings. And what we do know for sure is that the area is under extraordinary security. Long-range cameras, motion sensors, security patrols, and a completely restricted airspace monitor it. Signs warn that any attempt to trespass could result in immediate arrest. Even photographers who try to get close notice that they are under surveillance long before they arrive. Satellite images reveal massive runways, strange buildings, and facilities whose functions are difficult to explain. But what goes on inside those walls remains a military secret known only to a very limited number of people. And perhaps for this very reason, after decades of rumors and questions, Area 51 remains one of the most controversial and mysterious places on Earth. Sometimes, the less information there is, the more myths there are.